Hello, good morning students. Today we will explore the unification of Britain in the lesson The Rise of Nationalism in Europe. We have already discussed the unification of Germany and Italy in a different and very interesting way. Okay, the story and the history of unification of Germany and Italy was really excited story. It was the story of brutal repression also, and it was the story of different small kingdoms and states come together to unify themselves. And finally, these Germany and Italy became the independent nation state in Europe. Okay, by the continuous revolutionary efforts by the liberal nationalists and liberal revolutionaries. So finally, the countries, Italy and Germany, which were divided into number of kingdoms and provinces, were united as a single nation and as an independent country. Okay, this is called unification process. So when any country undergoes the process of unification, then this country has unique flag. These countries has unique culture. Okay, and these type of countries have also unique currency and unique language. So the history and story of Germany and Italy is different from the history of unification of Britain. Okay, as we already discussed in the two cases of Germany and Italy, okay, that the unification process in both the countries were the sudden change. It was the sudden upheaval or sudden revolution took place within a short period of time. But in this case, in the unification of Britain, the process is a long drawn out movement. It was a long drawn out revolution. Okay, many years it took to complete the process of unification. Okay, therefore we are going to explore the various stories and incidences or various ways in which the Britain united itself as a nation state. Okay, some scholars and historians argued that model of nation state is a Britain, because the way in which Britain was harmed itself as a nation state is very systematically suppress the different ideologies and their cultures, and finally it forged into a single unified nation. Therefore, some scholars and historians argued that the process of unification in Britain was a model for the nation state. Okay, but we come to know and we already discussed about the unification process in these two countries. But here we are going to discuss various ways in which ways the Britain united itself as a nation state. So let's see what happened in the Britain. In Britain, the unification process was a long drawn movement and revolution. It was a long drawn out process. It was the unification process in Britain was not a sudden change, or it was not a sudden upheaval or revolution. That particular king or monarch had been overthrown and new king or monarch was appointed. This type of unification was not happened for the Britain, but it was a long drawn out process. Because prior to the 18th century, before the 18th century, in English or Britain Island, there were 4 different types of ethnic communities. They were living. Okay, on the British Isles, 4 types of ethnic communities were living. They were English people, Welsh, Scot or Irish. Okay, English from Britain, Welsh people from Welsh country, Scot from Scotland, and Irish from Ireland. So these 4 types of people were living on the British Isles. So their identities was ethnic. These were ethnic groups, and they were different because their cultural and political traditions were different. Okay, they spoke different languages. their cultural and political traditions was different, and therefore they maintained their continued hegemony. Okay, and in this way, these four types of people's identities was ethnic on the British Isles. Okay, as their cultural and political traditions were also different, their languages were also different, and customs were different. So, in these different conditions, how these small island countries survive as an independent nation, it was very difficult. So, therefore, out of these four small island countries, one country continuously trying to impose its influence and dominance over the other nations. So we will look after the history out of these four, which country or which island country holds its dominance over the other nation. Okay, so out of these four, English nation grew in power, wealth, and importance. So gradually, out of these four, English people were powerful and they were adventurous people. Okay, they were very much ambitious people. Therefore, in these four ethnic composition or ethnic communities, English people or English nation grew steadily, grew slowly, okay, in wealth, importance and power, and gradually it extended influence over the other nations of the island, such as Welsh, Scot or Irish. English people or English nation tried to impose the dominance over the Welsh, Scot or Irish, because English nation gradually grown up into the power, wealth and importance. So therefore, we are going to discuss how English nation became the dominated nation over the island. Now next see, within this condition, okay, English Parliament seized power from monarchy. Okay, in 1688. English Parliament seized power from monarchy in 1688, okay, and established its dominance over other nations. Okay, so this English Parliament was continued to dominate, okay, and over the other ethnic communities, and they were also taking the decisions in favor of them, and continuously suppressed down the voice and the demands of the Scottish, Ireland and other people. So therefore, when English Parliament seized power, okay, in 1688, the English Parliament was dominated by the English members. Okay, most of the members in the Parliament were from English nation. So, when English Parliament controlled by the English members, that time Act of Union was passed. In 1707, the Act of Union was passed, okay, between the England and Scotland, and after this Act of Union, England tried to impose its restrictions and dominance over the Scotland. Even Scotland people tried various revolutions and rebellion, okay, against the authority of English Parliament, but their efforts and their revolutions were continually suppressed down by the English Parliament and by the English nation. Okay, because what happened here, how English nation grew steadily. English Parliament seized power from monarchy in 1688, okay, at the end of protracted war. Okay, when protracted war means the intense and severe wars, which is known as communal war between the ethnic composition or ethnic communities. This is called protracted war. So there were in this Britain island, there were protracted wars between the Scot, Irish, Welsh and English. All these four ethnic communities continuously and fiercely struggle or fought with each other, okay, for long period of time to declare their independence, okay, and to remain independently as an independent nation. But when English Parliament seized power from monarchy in 1688 at the end of protracted war, it tried to influence over the other nation. As the Parliament was dominated by the English members, the Act of Union was passed under the British Parliament in 1707, Okay, according to this Act of Union, this Act of Union was passed between England and Scotland. Okay, and according to this Act of Union, which was took place in 1707, England tried to suppress down the various activities of the liberal nationalists of Scotland. Okay, which resulted when Act of Union was passed in 1707 between England and Scotland, which resulted into that Scotland was incorporated in United Kingdom of Great Britain. See, Scotland, England, Wales and Ireland were independent nations, but their community were ethnic. Okay, but when English Parliament, dominated by themselves, passed Act of Union, which resulted that Scotland was included in the United Kingdom of Great Britain. And when Scotland included in United Kingdom of Great Britain, that time Scotland's existence or their identity come down. Okay, Scotland had no independent identity. They were subordinate. They were subordinate to the English nation or England. So in this way, finally, England continued to suppress down, they continued to put down the voice and liberal revolutionary efforts taken by the Scotland. Okay, even what happened then, in British Parliament dominated by English members, most of the members in the Parliament were from England. So they decided to continue their dominance over the other nations. Finally, what happened? Scotland's culture and political institutions were suppressed. Okay, Scotland's culture and political institutions were suppressed down. Their identity, their language and culture was had no value at all under the dominance of England. Even many Catholics people who inhabited on the British Isles, on the Scotland, they were known as Scottish Highlanders. The Catholics people from Christian religion, they inhabited, means they came on the Scotland, okay, for maintaining their culture, language, and for their survival. But when they reached on the Scotland, okay, they were known as Scottish Highlanders. Okay, Scottish Highlanders. But these Scottish Highlanders suffered terrible repression. Whenever they tried to independent Scotland as independent country, their efforts and their activities were suppressed down by the English Parliament. Okay, so Scottish Highlanders suffered terrible repression from the English Parliament. Okay, or from England country. Even Scottish Highlanders were forbidden to speak their Gaelic language. Gaelic was a language of the Scotland. Okay, for the Catholics clan, for the Scottish clan, okay, Scottish Highlanders, this Gaelic language was also forbidden to speak to these people. Okay, even Scottish Highlanders were forbidden to wear their national dress. National dress means like when Mahatma Gandhi was there in Swadeshi movement. Okay, that time many people, even including Gandhi, they promoted that khadi should be the national symbol. Okay, because khadi was prepared in India and khadi was one of the symbol of resistance against the colonial domination, against the British Empire. This became the national dress. In the similar way, there was national dress for the Scottish Highlanders, but they were forbidden. They were not allowed to speak their Gaelic language. They were not allowed to wear their national dress. Okay, in this way, they were forcibly driven out from their homeland. Okay, Scottish Catholics clan or Scottish Highlanders, finally their efforts were put down and they were forcibly driven out from their homeland. So in this way, English Parliament and England country showed its dominance and authoritative measures and dictatorship manners to the other countries, because they wanted to remain in power for a long period of time. Even they wanted to remain over all these three ethnic composition or ethnic communities, including Welsh, Scot and Irish. Therefore, English community, okay, English ethnic community okay, tried to impose restrictions and dominance over Welsh, Scot and Irish. So in this way we have completed one process of unification, such as according to the Act of Union, England incorporated or included Scotland into the United Kingdom of Great Britain. So this was the history of Britain and Scotland. Now let us take another example of Ireland. Okay, Ireland is also a small island country which was also suffered a terrible repression from England. Okay, because as you know that in Christian religion, okay, there are two sects, there are two groups. One is Catholics and second is Protestant. So in Ireland there were two groups, Catholics and Protestant. It means Ireland was deeply divided into Catholics Christians and Protestant Christians. So what happened here in Ireland? English Parliament or England, they supported the Protestant of Ireland. They supported the Protestant of Ireland, okay, to impose their restrictions and dominance over the Catholics community in the Ireland. In Ireland there were two groups. So England, they supported Protestant, okay, Protestants of the Ireland to impose their dominance over the large people of the Catholics community. So in this war, okay, in this domination and war between the Catholics and Protestant, England or the English Parliament, okay, proved to be very harmful for the sustenance and survival of Catholic community in Ireland. Okay, therefore, whenever Irish people try to independent themselves, the Catholics tried to independent themselves. That time, English Parliament, that is England, along with the Protestant in Ireland, okay, they tried to suppress down the various activities taken by the Catholics Ireland. Okay, and in this way, gradually, all the activities and all the voice of the Catholic community in Ireland was put down, and finally, when one of the war taken by Wolfe Tone was an important liberal nationalist and revolutionary. Okay, along with the Irishmen, their effort and their one revolution failed. Okay, it was a big revolution, but this revolution led by Wolfe Tone failed, and that time England incorporated Irish people or Ireland into United Kingdom of Great Britain. See, first we discuss Act of Union. According to Act of Union, Scotland was included in United Kingdom of Great Britain, and when there was war between the Ireland, between the Catholics and Protestant, England supported Protestant of Ireland to impose domination on the Catholics. So in this war, various rebellions took place. Okay, but one rebellion or revolution led by Wolfe Tone along with the Irishmen was failed, and after the revolution was failed, okay, by Wolfe Tone, Ireland was also incorporated in United Kingdom of Great Britain in 1801. In 1801, Ireland was incorporated in United Kingdom of Great Britain, and England became the nation state, or England completed the process of unification. And after the Ireland included in United Kingdom of Great Britain, okay, in 1801, the three things were promoted very actively. They were Union Jack, the national flag of Britain, Union Jack, the national flag of Britain, national anthem of Britain, God save our noble king. God save our noble king. This is the national anthem of Britain. And third, English language. One, keep in mind, number one, after the process of unification of Britain, okay, into a nation state, after 1801, three things were actively promoted by the England or Britain. They were, number one, national flag, which is known as Union Jack of the British. Second, national anthem, God Save Our Noble King. And third, English language. So in this way, these three things were actively promoted, okay, as the important identities, important belonging of the English nation to rest of the people, on the rest of the people. In this way, English people or English Parliament or England successfully completed the process of unification of Britain and henceforth established its permanent domination on the people of other nations such as Welsh, Scot and Irish. And even to remain in power for long period of time, they also promoted three important things which were considered the national symbol for all the people including English, Welsh, Scot and Irish. This is the process of unification of Britain. So in this way, keep in mind, Britain's process of unification was a long drawn out process. Okay, it was not a simple thing. Okay, many revolutionaries and many poets, okay, poets and authors wrote various poems and articles on these wars. Okay, there are various poets in English literature which wrote their novels, books and many poems on the unification process of Britain. How Britain was imposed its restriction and dominance over other nation. Britain completely suppressed down the efforts taken by human beings of Ireland. Okay, there was no sympathy on the people of Scotland and Ireland. So the process of unification of Britain was a brutal repression. It was a continued efforts of trial and tribulations, okay, which ultimately leads to the crushing of all the revolutions taken by Irishmen and Scottish people. But finally, England successfully completed the process of unification and became the leading nation of all this Britain island. So this is the process of unification of Britain. So dear students, I hope you have understood this unification of Britain very well. If you have any doubt, you read that portion once again and try to understand. Okay? So this is the process of unification. Thank you.